Hello dear students, this is Mohammad Shahnawaz, assistant teacher at Jalabad BL High School, Dakhin Shurma, Sylhet. In my last two classes, I told you that I would take some more classes on narration. So, our today's topic is changing narration part 3. Today we will learn how to change the direct narration into indirect if the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative. For the betterment of our discussion, we will divide the imperative sentence into two: imperative without let and imperative with let. You know very well, imperative sentence may be started with let or the base form of the principal verb or don't plus base form of the principal verb. First of all, I will show you without let and with let, you can see. And in without imperative sentence without let, the example is go home, don't run in the sun. You can see in this sentence let is not used. And in this example you can see let me play some time. In this sentence let has been used. That means to make an imperative sentence let may be used or let may not be used. So it's better for us to divide this imperative sentence into two and discuss separately. First of all, I will discuss if the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative without let. For this I will show you a poster. Dear students, you can see if the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative without let, how to change the direct narration to indirect. Advise, request, order, forbid, command, ask will be used instead of reporting verb. We know very well in direct narration there are two parts. One is reporting verb and the other is reporter's speech. And reporting verb may be changed according to the type of sentence. If the type of the sentence is imperative without let, you have to write advise, request, order, forbid, command or ask according to the meaning of the sentence. Then to or not to will be used to connect the reporter's speech. We know very well reporter's speech is connected with the reporting verb with a connector. And in this case, which connector will be used? In this case, to or not to will be used as the connector. Then verb form of reporter's speech will not be changed. In our last two classes, I showed you if the sentence of the reporting verb is past, the tense of the reporter's speech may be changed. All present will be changed into past. But in this case, the verb form will not be changed. Then if forbid is used, to will not be used in lieu of not to, though the reporter's speech is negative. If the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative and if it's affirmative, we have to use to as the connector. But if it's negative, we have to use not to as the connector. But if we use forbid or prohibit, it's not necessary to use not to. In this case, we have to use to. Now I will show you an example how to change the direct narration to indirect if the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative without let. Dear students, look at the example. The teacher said to his students, be attentive. You can see the sentence of the reporter's speech is be attentive, it's imperative, and in this imperative, let is not used. Now, how can we change the direct narration to indirect? First of all, we have to write the subject of the reporting verb. The subject is the teacher. Then the reporting verb. Whenever we will try to write the reporting verb, we have to consider the sentence of the reporter's speech. You can see the sentence of the reporter's speech is imperative without let. So, we have to see what the sentence is denoting. You can see the sentence denotes be attentive. It's maybe an advice or maybe an order. So, we can use order or advice instead of reporting verb. So, instead of said, we have used order here because this sentence denotes order. Then, to will not be used for order. We have to write the object of the reporting verb directly. Then we have to use a connector to connect the report to speech. Which connector will be used here? I told in the poster that we have to use to or not to. As the sentence is affirmative, we have to use to. Yes, I have used to here. Then this sentence will be connected with this reporting verb. To connect the reporting verb, first of all, we have got the verb. And you can see the verb is in basic form, and in the poster I told you that in this case the verb form will not be changed. It was in basic form, it will remain in the basic form. Then the rest of the words. Dear students, I think you have understood that how to change the direct narration to indirect if the sentence of the reported speech is imperative without let, and if the sentence is affirmative. Look, the teacher said to his students, be attentive. If we want to change the direct narration to indirect, we have to write the teacher ordered his students to be attentive. Dear students, look at the example. The teacher said to his students, don't waste your time. How can you change? Look, first of all, we have to write the subject of the reporting verb, it is the teacher. Then the reporting verb, and I told you earlier, whenever you will try to write the reporting verb, you have to think about the sentence of the reported speech. The sentence of the reported speech is imperative, and that's why we can use request, order, advise, forbid, etc., etc. Now we have to see what is the sentence denoting. You can see don't waste your time. It is denoting, it may denote advice. The teacher may advise his students, or the teacher may forbid his student. So we can use forbid or advise here. Okay, try to write advice first. The teacher advised his students. Then we have to connect the reported speech, and to connect we need a connector. To connect we need a connector. Which connector will be used here? You know, you can see this sentence is negative imperative. That's why we will use not to. And if we use not to, don't will be eliminated. We have to write the basic form directly. Basic form is waste. The form will not be changed. The form will not be changed because in the poster I showed you that in this case the form of the verb will not be changed. It was in basic form, it will remain in basic form. Then your time. Your time means the teacher said to his students, don't waste your time. Your time means his students' time. Your time means his students' time. We know very well the subject, object and the possessive form may be changed according to the speaker and the listener. So we have to change this part according to the listener. So it will be his students means their time. So dear students, you can see the teacher said to his students, don't waste your time. If we want to change the direct narration to indirect, it will be the teacher advised his students not to waste their time. Now, if you think that the teacher is forbidding his students, how can we change? We have to write the teacher, instead of advice we have to use forbade. Past form of forbid is forbade his students. In this case, if we use advice here, we have to use not to. But if we use forbade, we can't use not to. We have to use to instead of not to, because forbade itself is a negative word. That's why not to is not needed to be written. We will write to waste their time. So dear students, if we want to use advice, we have to use not to, as the sentence is negative. But if we use forbid or forbade, we have to use to instead of not to. Dear students, look at another poster for imperative sentence without let. We divided the imperative sentence into two. One is imperative without let and the other is imperative with let. Now we will see imperative with let. Propose will be used for proposal instead of reporting verb. For other cases, reporting verb will be written according to the meaning. If the sentence of the reported speech is imperative, and if it's imperative with let, we have to see whether the sentence denotes proposal or not. If it denotes proposal, we have to use propose. But if it doesn't denote proposal, we can use the reporting verb according to the meaning of the sentence. Then that will be used as connector. We know very well to connect the reporting verb with the reported speech, we need a connector. Which connector will be used here? In this case, that will be used as the connector. Then should for proposal or might be allowed to. For other cases, should be used in reported speech. In reported speech, we have to use should as the auxiliary verb or might be allowed to. When will you use should? If the sentence denotes proposal, only then we have to use should. But if the sentence doesn't denote proposal, we have to use the reporting verb according to the meaning of the reported speech. Then imperative should be changed into a statement. We know very well the sentence of the reported speech may be any type, but when we will change the direct into indirect, the sentence of the reported speech will be a single type, it is assertive. And we have to change the imperative sentence into assertive. Now we will show you with an example. Dear students, look at another example. My friend said to me, let's play football. You can see the sentence of the reported speech is imperative with let, because let has been used in this sentence. Now how can we change the direct narration to indirect? First of all, we have to write the subject of the reporting verb. The subject of the reporting verb is my friend. It will remain as it is. Then the reporting verb, and whenever we will try to write the reporting verb, we have to see the sentence of the reported speech. You can see the sentence of the reported speech is imperative with let, and this sentence denotes proposal. When any imperative sentence starts with let us or let's, you have to remember that this sentence denotes proposal. And when the sentence denotes proposal, you have to use propose instead of reporting verb. So we will write here proposed. And for propose we can use to. Then the object is me. Then we have to use a connector to connect the reported speech. To connect the reported speech, what will be used? As the sentence has been started with let, so we will use connector. We will use that as the connector. So we will use that here. Then the sentence of the reported speech will be changed into assertive. It was imperative, it will be changed into assertive. And to write a statement or assertive, we have to write the subject first. But where will you get the subject? You can see in this sentence, let's means let us. There is no subject, there is an objective form, us. But we have to write the subjective form. And the subjective form will be we. Think that there is a subject we. But will we be changed? It will depend on the speaker and the listener. My friend said to me, let's play football. My friend and me. My friend plus me is equal to we. So we can use we here as a subject. And let will be eliminated because we know very well in a statement let will not be used. You have to write the subject. Then as the sentence, I told you this sentence is denoting proposal. That's why we will use should here. Then the rest of the words, play football. So dear students, you can see my friend said to me, let's play football. If we want to change the sentence into indirect, it will be my friend proposed. Why have I used proposed here? As this sentence is denoting proposal. That's why I have used proposed. Then I have used that. Why? As this sentence has been started with let. If the sentence is imparted with let, we can use that as the character. So I have used that here. Then this sentence will be changed into assertive. That's why we have used we should play football. You may ask me another question. Why have I used should here? One thing you have to remember, I again want to remind you that you have to write should if the proposal, if the sentence denotes proposal. That's why I have used should here. Dear students, look at another example. The boss said to his gatekeeper, let me go out. First of all, we have to write the subject of the reporting verb. It is the boss, then say. You can see the sentence is imparted with let, and this sentence is not denoting proposal, because if any sentence starts with let us or let's, this sentence denotes proposal. But if it starts with other than let's or let us, we can use according to the meaning. We can use the reporting verb according to the meaning of the sentence. The boss said to his gatekeeper, let me go out. The boss may order his gatekeeper. The boss may order his employee. So we can use order here. Order. And for ordered to will not be used. Ordered the gatekeeper. Then a character will be used to add the report speech. Which character will be used here? As it has been started with that, as it has been started with let, we have to use that. So we will use that here. Then the sentence of the report speech will be changed into a statement. You can see let me go out. In statement, let will not be used, it will be eliminated, and we have to write the subject first, but you can see in this sentence there is an object. We have to change the subject into subject. The object of me is I, but whether the person will be changed or not, it will depend on the speaker and the listener. The boss said to the gatekeeper, let me go out. Me means the boss. Me means the boss. That's why we will use him here. So, as we have to write the subjective form, we will write he here. Then we have to write what? Should or might. Yes, we will use here might or might be allowed to. Why? As the sentence is not denoting proposal. I again remind you that if the sentence of the reported speech is imparted with let, and if the sentence denotes proposal, only then you have to use should. But for other cases, you have to use might or might be allowed to. Might be allowed to. Then the rest of the words go out. So dear students, you can see if the direct narration is the boss said to the gatekeeper, let me go out. If we change this direct into indirect, it will be the boss ordered the gatekeeper that he might be allowed to go out.